Hello to all my wonderful friends who are following me as I head north. This is sunny weathers and I am not where I was hoping to be today. I should be driving to Moab, but as you can clearly see, I am not doing that. I'm standing here at a lovely little river in Colorado, just a few miles east of Durango, where it looks like I'm going to be staying for a few more days until I can get the alternator problem checked on my motorhome. I'm making this video because so many of you have so kindly offered to help me diagnose my problem. And when we get to the part where you ask me what that sounds like, that weird sound that I'm hearing up front, I'm not doing a very good imitation. So here is my troubleshooting video. Feel free to comment or email or text me with your thoughts. I do have a mechanic coming next week, thank goodness, and hope to be on the road again soon. Okay, so before I start the engine, I'll show you some of the things that I'm looking at. I have the panel in front of me, and I'll show you that in just a second, for the inverter. And that's one of the things that's making me think something's a little off. Here we go. So right now I'm plugged into house current, and you can see that the light is blinking beside charge. It normally blinks whenever I'm on house current or whenever the engine's running, providing a charge. The only time it doesn't normally blink is if I'm unhooked from everything and the engine shut off and I'm still using the inverter, then it's not able to charge. So that is looking good right now. Okay, I've started the generator from the outside. You can see that the charge light is working just as it should. When it started up smoothly. There was no puff of smoke. You can hear it running now. And we'll look back underneath the panel in the compartment where I'm hearing the strange noise. And as you can hear, it's very, very smooth. No weird noises under here. Okay, so the generator does not seem to be affecting anything. Now I'm going to start the engine and let's see what happens there. I think we might see interesting things. I don't know. Here we go. Alright. So the alternator is around 12. There's a buzzing noise right down here that I do not remember ever hearing before. And here we go. Oh, well, of course, the amp meter went right up to 14, just like it should. So that is because I am making this videotape. But prior to this, it was surging back and forth between 12 and 14. However, that noise is continuing, so let's go down and check that out. Also, the other problem that I think is part of this is if we look up here on my inverter panel, it should be showing a charge. Battery's not full, nothing is charging, so that is not what I expect when the engine's running. So now you can hear the noise that I'm talking about. I don't know what it is. It almost sounds like it's coming off this compressor, but I don't know why that would be. I'm going to walk to the back now. Down on the far right corner, you can see the alternator there. If I was Storm, I would be able to get a testing out and make sure 14 amps were coming out back there, but I am not Storm, and I am not even sure how to use the tester, so we won't go down that road. So once again, this is the noise that has me concerned, and the fact that it's not charging the house batteries. And the last few times that I started it up, the amp gauge didn't get above 12, but of course now it is behaving, so don't know what to say about that. Let's just try one other thing. All right, so on this it says 14.4, so I think it's something underneath, but I don't know what. Okay, breaking news. Hear the quiet? That noise is not there. Still getting all the same readings. I still don't see a charge on the inverter panel. Let's go down and see what may or may not have happened in the basement. No smoke's coming out. That's good. Whatever is making that noise is not making it now, which I imagine is going to be what happens when the repairman comes. I will have this video, thank goodness, to show him. For those of you who are going to ask me, I did turn the inverter off and back on to see if the charge light would come on, but still no luck there. So anyway, I'm going to cut the coach off here in just a second and maybe try this again in a minute. Okay, I have let the engine rest a little bit. I'm going to start it back up and let's see what the effects of that noise stopping has on restart. All right, there's the amp gauge. There's the surgeon I was talking about before. That was odd. It never did that before. Still not charging the batteries, and I think that's my main concern. No noise, no strange noise. So I think I probably finally burned up whatever was making that noise. Here's, after going back down in the compartment, while it was shut off and at the end when it was making the noise, I kind of think the thing that is making that noise is behind this panel right here, behind this panel. And I am not going to take that off because I don't think any of us think that's a good idea, least of all me. So I will wait for my mechanic. I'm in a wonderful place to wait, and I think caution might be in order here. Going back inside just to see how things wound up. The amp gauge finally settled down as it did before, and see if we can find the alternator. Never can find it when I want it. There. So, you know, if that's right, but I'm still not happy that it's not charging. That is something wrong. If I had to guess, I would say there was a diode that somehow connected, or something that connects the generator and the charging system of the bus, and when that noise stopped, that was the end of it. I'm not sure. So what can we conclude from today's troubleshooting adventure? Well, first of all, I am not now, nor will I ever likely be, a mechanic. But I am grateful to have wonderful mechanically inclined friends with whom I could talk on the phone and who could give me good troubleshooting ideas. I tried to use those in this video as well as some that I had already thought up, and I'm grateful to Storm for spending an enormous amount of time over the course of more than 30 years trying to beat into my head how to work on things. Even though that didn't work out for him, he did a pretty good job of making me alert to the fact that when the lights that should be on aren't, or the lights that shouldn't be on are, you better stop and find out why. And I think I've lived up to his expectations in that respect this time. As a full-time RVer, there's no place I have to be in the near future. Having to stay here in this beautiful, beautiful park beside the Babbling Brooks and near some fabulous scenery is not going to be a hardship at all. I hope to eventually make it to Moab, but for right now, I'm happy here. I'll be happier still when my coach is all working 100%. But in the meantime, have a happy holiday. Sunny Weathers live from Colorado.